Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Shout out to all my crack whores and all my dinosaurs. I hope everyone's having a wonderful time. We have another doozy for you guys today. We recently did the Cyrax Miss Kelly Saga Part 1, but now we are doing the DSP Sidescroller situation, which occurred, I can't believe when I saw it. It's been 3 years ago when this happened, but it still is relevant till this day. Evan, you have never seen it, but it was a 5 hour, a little bit over 5 hour long interview with
Yeah.
Darkside Phil and the Side Scrollers. And a lot of people have seen it, but I think it's good to just watch, especially now that more information has come out and Phil has made himself look, if you can guess, more like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I think without further ado, I think we just jump right into it. Anything you want to say before that?
No, let's just dive right into the Feltoning
Mhm.
head first.
So make sure you like it. Again, this is the Side Scrollers. We have Stuttering Craig, and then we have Adam Krigler, or as they were calling him after this interview, Chatham. So let's go ahead and do it.
Easy.
Sorry. I'm good.
Established. But with all that said, we're going to go today, and I'm looking forward to diving in deep. And so I guess with all that said, let's get into this. I'm excited to bring on Darkside Phil. Phil, how are you?
And before we do anything, Phil, whenever he has anything scheduled like this, he always has to do some sort of stupid fucking scripted joke because he's just so unoriginal and he's just not funny at all. Phil has about as much charisma and as much entertainment power as a freaking tree stump. And that's disrespectful to the tree stump. So here we go.
Holy crap.
Phil, the camera's on now.
You guys actually did it. I'm on
We
the
did
show.
what?
I'm on the
You
show.
did it.
I mean,
Wait,
you guys
is he
listen,
here?
listen. You guys
I can't hear you.
Run.
I can't hear you.
Hello?
I'm just joking. I can hear you.
Right off the bat, got him going. Good job, Chatham.
I love the fact
Nice.
that
Guys
he's
had a good
trying to
run.
pause. I love the fact that he's already trying to do a bit, and they're like, "What the
Mhm.
fuck is he doing?" So they're just gonna do their own bit instead to just felt him.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with Darkside Phil. He's like he overthinks it. Like if he had just not said anything, like or try not to script anything and just say, "Hey Adam, hey Craig, thanks for having me on, man. Big fan of the." That's all he had to say, but it's like he had to go "Oh, you did it," because he constantly thinks about the detractors, and that's
Mhm.
Phil's always his worst attribute about himself is he thinks about the detractors and what the detractors say and what they think, and he constantly wants to make the detractors look bad. Phil, just worry about your shit. Just do what you actually do what you say, but actually do it. You know, like don't say, "Oh, I don't care about my detractors." Meanwhile, you think about them every single day. Just actually think about the product that you're putting out there. You. I don't want to say anything yet. You dipshit.
You've been going for a month. I've watched every episode. It's a great show. However, you made the big mistake of having me on your show. As of today, March 16th, you guys are officially canceled. I'm sorry. It's over.
You can't cancel something that doesn't care to be canceled, and we don't really care to be canceled.
Phil thinks he has all this aura that if you bring him on, the detractors are going to go after Craig and Adam. Which, if it was a softball interview, yeah, they would have gotten criticized, but over time, the trolls would leave him alone, go back to felting Phil. But we will learn that this is not the case.
Can't, so
We're sponsored by the people out there, so we're good. We're great.
Exactly. When you're not worrying about what sponsor you're going to freak out today because you accidentally said something in the wrong way, it's a lot of relief. You can just be honest with your audience, and that's something that I love about what I do on the internet.
Sure.
Well, let's get into this, man. I'm excited to have you on. I think this is going to be a really telling, hour, 2 hours, whatever it may be, 3 hours,
5,
six days, however long it may be.
A month.
So I was told pretty much after we announced this that you were coming on the show, I was told that you should not come on. I was told not to interview you. Why do you think that is?
So, right off the bat, when
That face. I'm sorry.
yeah, screenshot that.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot right now. Go. But yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so with Phil, the thing is, Phil is just such a manipulative piece of shit that his detractors make it their life's mission to make sure that anything and everything he does, people know about the terrible, terrible, terrible things that he has done to not only his fan, his viewers, but to anyone that has come in contact with Phil. BBL Philly, Darkside Phil, Darkside Patrick, as we will call him as he will be named in not this clip or not this video, maybe like 4 videos from now.
Mm-hmm.
Phil has always been the same arrogant asshole who continually makes the wrong decision and what's the term I'm looking for? Not continually and viciously make the wrong mistake. And I say viciously because that's his gambling addiction. He is vicious with that. And you know, when it comes to addicts and their addiction, they do whatever it takes to get what they want. And that's what Phil is. That's why he begs so much. That's why he, you know, does the thing that he does. And prior to this, the headphones, he has argued with his chat about wearing headphones. No, guys, if I wear headphones, I'm gonna get an ear infection. That's just not worth it. And you know, he's just so, the way he treats his chat, he's just so disrespectful. And Triple P is 110% correct when he says it is Snort Korea. Fall in line, shut the fuck up, donate, or get the fuck out. Wings of Redemption. Subscribe, donate, get the fuck out. That's what it is with BBL Philly.
Well, I mean, considering the fact that the name of the show is, you know, possibly the most hated guy on the internet, I don't think it's rocket science. You know, people don't like me for various different reasons. And, you know, they come at me with so many accusations, so many crazy conspiracy theories. And I'm just a small time guy trying to make content on the internet.
And notice what he did there. He doesn't name any of the detractors because he wants to keep up this lame attempt of, I don't watch any of the content, guys. I don't keep up with any of it, guys. And he doesn't say specifically why, like some of their crazy conspiracy theories that they have. Some of the crazy conspiracy theories that they have is he spends a lot on WWE champions. He begs for money all the time. He's rude and disrespectful to his fans and content creators alike. I mean, this is a guy that said about, I believe it was Jenna Marbles, said that the reason why she was at the Game Awards is because she was getting pounded and railed by all the EA executives. That's a real thing that Phil said.
Jesus Christ.
And this is a guy that also said, yeah, there's this dumb motherfucker named Tevin who's a criminal and he's stealing my content, and implied that his fans should go over there and report Tevin to take his channel down. That's the Dark Side Phil experience. And then at the end, forgot to mention this. At the end, what is he saying? I'm just a small-time content creator. But every time he hits his goals, I'm a businessman. Look at me. I'm not a child in a diaper shitting my pants. I'm an adult. Look at me. I'm an adult. I can buy alcoholic beverages because I'm BBL Philly. And don't you ever forget it.
Yeah.
I'm a successful businessman with a degree in finance, filed for bankruptcy.
And make a living doing it and loving the interaction I have with my little audience.
Only when you hit the goals.
And every time that I address it, any of the stuff that they say about me, it's completely counterproductive. It doesn't help anything. It just exacerbates worse.
Not true, because every time he addresses anything, it's never, here's the evidence I didn't do that. It's always the dumb motherfucker Kevin or Duty Streams. He's an asshole. Duty Streams is a prick, and he's I say he's a prick on Twitter. Duty. Trying to think of who else he's criticized over the years. Triple P, he's made fun of him. Rich from Review Tech USA, he's criticized him. Like, yeah, Rich, all he does is fucking talk about me. Fucking lame-o, fucking no-load snort. Dumbass.
So why have me on a show when people feel like all I'm going to do is not answer the questions you're going to ask me, not provide any additional information to things I've already said? You know, people think I'm just going to be here for a fluff piece or something. Like, you guys are going to kiss my butt for 2 hours.
Like the quartering interview.
Or so. I don't think so. I think this is an opportunity for me to come on a show and be honest, transparent as much as I can. Again, I've already said this up front. I got to protect my family. I got to protect my business. I can't be showing ridiculous personal information about any of that. But at the same time, the reason that I feel this interview will be different from what they're expecting is because I am going to be an open book. On my
Expecting?
streams, I try to
Expecting. So
Expecting?
he always does that. He puts emphasis on words because I think he truly believes it makes him sound smarter. But he sounds like
Yeah.
a dumbass. Dweeb. I'm on Twitter.
Twitter?
Like, shut up, Phil. And notice how he says, I'm going to be an open book, but I got to protect my family. So you're not going to be an open book then. Like, no one, like, I don't think Craig's going to go and like, if I was doing the interview, I wouldn't be like, all right, Evan, I'm hitting you with the hard-hitting question. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to answer every single question and you can't back out. Okay?
Alright.
What's your social security, huh?
Yeah.
First question. Second question, what's your credit card information, as well as the 3 numbers on the back and the expiration date and the zip code? Come on, answer it, pussy. No,
Yeah,
no,
really.
they're not going to ask you that. They're not going to say, hey, Phil, can you tell us about Cat's weight? Can you go ahead and can you tell us where Cat works? What's your 401k looking like, Phil? Can you give us some tax information? No. But what he's worried about is his mobile game addiction. More specifically, Evan, what is he worried about?
WWE champions.
It's WWE Champions time. Pull those sweaty
Mhm.
Hogans, baby.
tail the nonsense. My viewers are not there to hear me talk about my bankruptcy. They're not there to hear talk about accusations of spending $100,000 on a mobile game or how I groomed someone in the past. This is ridiculous nonsense. They're just there to listen to gameplay. They want to see me play a video game or talk about news or something. And every time it brings up, oh God.
I think that it's amazing that like instead of like I don't know, like I feel like he's just literally saying what everyone's accusing him of without realizing that if he says the things that people are accusing him of, he's kind of unintentionally admitting to doing those things. Well, they don't want to hear me saying that I groomed my cat.
No,
You know?
so what they're really
no.
talking about.
I'm doing the
I
censor
know,
thing.
I know.
Groom my cat,
Yeah.
a minor in Minecraft, that kind of thing. It's
Mhm.
like, okay, but did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
So the person he's really talking about in that instance is Leanna, his ex,
Okay.
Panda Lee. That's
Right,
who he's
Panda
talking
Lee.
about. But the WWE
Yeah.
Champions thing is 100% real. He later has admitted that it was his account and he sold it. It was so stupid. He had the account, but then he sold the account. Phil will never admit truly that he still owns that account because that account is still active and he's still playing it. He won't admit it though. But with that being said, the other thing I wanted to say about that is the bankruptcy. I am 100%. I believe 2 things. You can donate to whoever you want. I donate to Lord Diaz when he does his Stepmania streams. I donate to him. He can go ahead and buy 10 Big Macs with the money. I don't know if the amount that I given him can get him 10 Big Macs, but if he chose to, he can get 10 Big Macs. That's within his right. But if Lord Diaz was to say, hey, I am going to get a new laptop because my laptop broke, and then he starts driving around in a Lamborghini, I'm going to feel some type of way because it's like, well, you said you were going to get a new laptop. Now you're doing this. Why would you lie about the funds? And Phil has made it his chat's problem with the broken shower head, with the garbage disposal being broken, with the toilet that is clogged, with all these different issues. Phil has made it his fans' problem by begging them for money, saying, guys, I need to get $1,500 for this. I need to get $1,500 to fix this. Well, Phil, if you need to fix it. But don't beg your audience to pay for it and then get mad when they say, oh, did you buy that thing? But it's none of your fucking business, really. Well, don't make it their business, Phil.
He's doing it again. He's entertaining the trolls. Why is he doing it? So now, this interview will be an opportunity for me to finally open up about all these topics. Nothing is off the table. I've said this to the guys here. Ask me anything. I will address every single thing anyone wants to ask me. I don't know how much I can talk about it. Again, there's some legal things going on and everything, but we'll talk. And this will be the focal point from now on. You want answers to all the drama? Watch Sidescrollers from March 16, 2023. Phil addressed it. And if you don't believe him, that's okay. It's everyone's subjective ability to judge whether or not someone's being truthful or not, right? So you can't make someone believe you, but at least we'll have one situation where I sat down, I answered every question that you threw at me, and even if you don't ask certain questions, I'm probably going to bring up topics that I know people want answers to, so that way it's all out there, and then we can just move on. I don't want to have this crap on my content anymore. I just want to move on with my community and breathe a sigh of relief after today. And I'm hoping that some closure will come out of this.
And right there. Oh my God, that was a big nothing burger.
Yeah.
First, he's saying like this, I want this to be the spot that you go to so you can learn about me and you can do all these different things. Then he's saying, but I got to protect my family, but you should come here and get the information. And he has this sick fucking belief of if he says it, it doesn't matter if it's true or false. It just matters how you perceive it. What kind of fucking lunatic believes that? Like, are you serious, BBL Philly? Like, what? And he has said he said that to Craig before. I think we reacted to that video too.
Probably.
Where he says to wait, you want me to come back on your show, Craig? Go fuck yourself. I'm not coming back onto your show. And he hangs up the call on him. And he does say he said to Craig during that situation, because Phil was getting hot and heavy, he said, it doesn't matter. I gave you an answer. And it doesn't matter if it was a truthful answer. And it's like, what's the fucking point of the interview then, Phil?
Yeah.
You just blatantly admitted that you lied. So you showed up. Right now, you look stoned as shit right now while you sip your water. Like, yo, what's up, Dad? But you openly admitted that you lied during this whole process.
So
Fair.
nothing's off the table today. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah,
which is great. I don't. Okay. I feel good about that, and I think that's one of the things that, once again, there's going to be things that we're going to talk about that I feel is, as long as you're honest, and we're going to push you on things, Phil. You need to understand that we're going to push you, and I think, the one thing I've said over and over again is I feel that I'm a fair interviewer to myself, fair interviewer to the person I'm interviewing, and fair to the audience. And that's one thing to keep in mind as we go along here. So I guess
Could I very briefly just make one statement before
Sure.
we begin?
Everything you said prior was a fucking statement.
That
Go
was
ahead,
a statement,
Phil.
and it's like, how many more statements do you need to make?
Yeah, this is, oh my God.
Jeez.
Phil does this tactic where he talks in circles to the point that everyone that he's talking to just taps. They tap out as if
Yeah.
they're in a fucking angle lock, or the ankle lock from Kurt Angle.
To publicly apologize to you guys, to your other hosts, to the G2s, and anyone else who likes Sidescrollers, because for the past 2 weeks, you guys have seen your content derailed because of me. I never intended for that. I kind of was worried it would happen, and it happened. I don't control this black cloud that follows me around the internet as much as I try, but I still feel bad about it. It's not.
He doesn't give a rat's ass about anyone but himself.
No.
And the black cloud that he's referring to is the troll saying, hey, Craig, just so you know, he lies about WWE champions. Hey, Craig, just so you know, DSP has threatened to beat up a child in Minecraft. It was VR chat, my bad. But yeah, he did that in VR chat. Hey, Craig, just so you know, DSP claimed that he spent $5,000 a month on his stream. Phil, what was $5,000 right now on this video? Was it the light from fucking Pac-Man? Was it the picture from Punch Out? Please explain the $5,000, Phil. You lying piece of shit.
Not your fault that because you decided to have me on your show as a regular guest, that now you had to put up with 2 weeks of drama and nonsense. I'm hoping this, again, will put some closure to it as well. It's not just about me. It's about you guys also being able to say, okay, we did it. We had the interview, and can we get back to normality? I love your show. I am a longtime fan of Screw Attack. I used to watch everything you guys were putting out in the mid-2000s before YouTube was even prominent. I've watched every episode of your show since you rebooted it. I'm so upset that this has become about me somehow, and I'm done with it. Like, that's why I want to apologize to everyone. Never intended, and I hope that we can move on from it today.
So, Phil, you just killed our show by giving us an endorsement. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
And I appreciate that Adam and Craig, they have a sense of humor about this whole thing. But Phil, that was a big nothing burger.
Oh, you're horrible. You guys suck. I hate you. Oh, you're going to ask me terrible questions today. I really hate you guys.
All right. Well,
oh, my God. Did DSP just become the Dave Chappelle of YouTube comedy? Oh,
yeah,
my
really.
God.
He's more like the Carlos Mencina of comedy. I mean,
yeah. Is it Cena or
Carlos
Mencia?
Mencina?
Oh, okay. I thought it was Mencia.
Or is it
Whatever.
Well, let's
Anyway.
get into some of these
Yeah, fuck it. We
terrible
know who we're
questions.
talking
And I
about. He
think this
sucks.
is this is something that I've
Mancino or
heard.
something like
The questions that I'm going to ask today, they're a good mix of questions that have been on the internet. They've been questions that I want to know. There's questions that some of your biggest detractors have asked me to ask you. So they're and I think that's important. I want to get all sides of this. So I think a great starting point for here is when you're streaming, Phil. Who is streaming? Is it Phil or Darkside Phil?
Whew. Well, it depends.
Right here. Phil is already like, fuck, dude, how do I explain this shit? Because he does have a past of saying racist, anti-Semitic stuff, and he still does say some racial stuff we'll learn in a second. But let's not forget about the hello, you clip from Dead Space where he pretended to be a German officer during a specific war where he said that's what happens with the necromorphs. They turned into YOU, and they took over space. And now they're hoarding your money.
And we saw that, and it's a deleted scene from one of our episodes, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we can't.
Yeah, we were
put
like,
this
yeah, we
up.
can't post that. We can't post that. Like,
That
oh,
was so crazy.
BBL Philly.
Yeah.
Depends on, okay, it depends on what I'm streaming. It also depends on what time period you're talking about. Today, you're pretty much almost getting 100% the real me. Of course, every once in a while, it's funny to over dramatize something that's going on. I have a segment on my podcast called Old Man Yells at Cloud where, you know, I really hate
That's not a- that's
how
not a-
original.
That's
how
not even a,
original, Phil.
That's not even a segment. That's a blatant lie. He doesn't have a segment called Old Man Yells at Cloud. He just has the Level 1 podcast, which now he calls the morning show. Like,
Why? What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, how original, Phil.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not
Phil,
like there are
it's-
literal morning shows and a Apple TV show called The Morning Show, and there's the Today Show. Like,
well, the
fucking
reason why the
loser.
reason why he did it is because so he took Level 1 from Keemstar. Because Keemstar said, Phil,
Oh.
I'm retired. You're still on Level 1. And he took the name like, see, fuck you, Keemstar. Not Level 1, you fucking idiot. And Keemstar, then, I believe it was right after this interview, he said, Phil's still on Level 1, blowing bubbles? Like, what are you doing, Phil? And Phil would, if he hit a certain amount of likes on the stream, he would go, he would blow bubbles. And then someone actually sent him bubble guns. He got 2
Oh
bubble
my
guns.
God.
And then Phil dual wielded the bubble guns, and he's like, look who's on Level 2 now. And he sprayed bubbles in the whole.
Oh my
And
God.
it's like, imagine you're 40 years old trying to cope saying I'm on Level 2 because he had a bubble gun. What a
Holy
Phil,
shit.
I'm gonna say this in the nicest way. You're a fat cuck loser, bro. You're never gonna beat the allegations. I know you're gay. First off, okay, I seen the way that you cried about John Rambo. You're gay, dude. You're 100% gay.
Jesus Christ.
And he is. And you know what? And I don't discriminate. If you're gay, Phil, you know what? I hope that you can step out of the closet and lock it behind you so you never go back in. And I hope that you confess your love to John Rambo. And I hope that you guys can go to, I want you guys to go to Brokeback Renton. How about that? Go to Brokeback Renton, and I hope you live a happy life. And you know what? Maybe Cat can. No. Triple P used to be a pastor. Maybe he can do the service for you, and he can marry you and John together. And you guys can live happily ever after as you snort and pet Jasper. You know what, Phil? I wish you nothing but the best, pimp.
I was not aware about that with the Triple P. I was not aware that he was a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Ham it up if it's a dumb topic I'm talking about and I over dramatize like I'm so concerned about it, or if I'm playing a game that really is, I'm dying a lot, or I'm playing an online fighting game, I'll emphasize the fact that, oh, it's unfair, it's bullshit, you know, I'll always ham it up. But that's kind of my shtick.
No.
It's always been kind of my shtick, and I think
No, when he loses online, especially in fighting games, it's fucking lag. You're a pattern player. You're all these different things.
Yeah. No, he really is that felt in real life. He's just exaggerating because he doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, and just to put things in the perspective, this is the guy that went on a rant about cranberry sauce. These fucking idiots, they didn't even they put it on an end cap? Huh? They didn't even put it in the fucking aisle? What kind of business is this? Like, that's him.
Yeah.
Actual fans know that, but you know, the internet wants to pretend like otherwise, as if you have never watched my content over the past 15 years that I've been a content creator on the internet. You would have seen this is kind of the shtick that I do in certain situations.
The
So that's
shit that I do?
the
Who the
shtick.
fuck says the shit that I do?
No, the shtick.
Oh, the shtick. I thought you said this is the shit that I do. I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, it is shit. But okay,
Yeah,
shtick.
it is
Okay.
100% shit. But what BBL Philly is failing to admit here is that, excuse me, is that that's the problem. People have seen him for 15 years. He hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed in Phil's content is, for the most part, is that he went from Connecticut to Washington.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing that has changed in Phil's content. He's gonna talk about, well, look at my fucking camera. It's a better fucking quality. Phil, for the longest time, people were telling you to update your quality, and you said, no, I'm not gonna do it because I want it to feel like we're sitting on the couch together. We're playing the game. You get it? And it's like, no, Phil, you were just too cheap. And if Phil had just listened early on and he didn't lose all those fans because they found quality that was better, that was smoother, and with commentary that was just a lot better. Because all Phil did was, oh, he's black. He liked black coffee. That's all he did. And it just said nothing but racist, anti-Semitic stuff, dropping the N-word. Oh, look at me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was BBL Philly. He did those things, and he has not changed. He's still the same guy who still makes those racial remarks, those anti-Semitic, and just hate speech all the time. He still does it.
Yep.
But today, I am so different than how I used to be. You know,
Wrong.
when you've made content for 15 years, you go through several different stages and evolutions. And
Wrong.
you know, when I started on YouTube way back when, it was all about being a character. It was about
No.
over exaggerating. It was about being dramatic. It was about saying the risque thing that's going to get people talking. What did Darkside Phil say in his playthrough?
That's not true. That was not what YouTube was about. YouTube was, in the very beginning, people would do sketches. Sure, they would have characters for sketches, but they weren't going ahead like it is now. Like Dr. Disrespect, the way that he fucking streamed, that wasn't a thing. The way that Ninja, a lot of these guys stream now where they have the crazy hair or they have this crazy setup, that was not a thing when YouTube first started. That is a bold fucking lie. And you look at your contemporaries during that time. White Boy 7th Street. He had the name White Boy 7th Street, but he just went by. Well, sorry, not he didn't just went by. He acted like himself. Wings would tell a story from his past. Yeah, he kind of lied and hammed things up a bit, but Wings wasn't saying, like, he hasn't come out later and said, like, oh, I was playing a character back then. He has said, yeah, I did say things to ham things up a bit. Yeah, but he didn't say, oh, I was playing a character. He just said, yeah, it made things crazier because I wanted more attention. Boogie's the only one that you could say, yeah, he played a character.
True.
He played Francis.
And he did. He literally played Francis, and he played, I think it was Jesse, who was like a country bumpkin kind of character.
Yeah, but he made it known he was playing characters. Phil, you were you. You were a hateful, racist piece of shit. That's what you were. That's what you have been. That's what you always will be because you can't adapt. You won't change. And you refuse to change, BBL Philly. And we know this 100%. We know this.
But to his credit, he may actually be the missing link, Mitchell. It's very possible.
The missing link to what?
No. The you know how there's the little slime, and then there's an evolution of, and then there's the missing link, and then it gets to the sort of the Homo sapien. He's the missing link between the slime and the Homo sapien. That's
I've seen him walk on his toes. Yeah, you could be right because even the way he walks is fucking doofalated.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, Phil.
Today, are you kidding me? I can't believe he said that. But what happens is over time things change, and there was really, how can I say, almost like an epiphany to me. In 2017, a lot of different things changed in my life. I had a lot of things that kind of rebooted. And business-wise, one of the things that rebooted was I went from being someone who focused on on-demand content, videos that you would digest and watch offline, versus being an interactive online streamer. And when I became an interactive online streamer, I realized, wow, wait a minute. I've been doing this wrong the whole time because, like, for 8+ years, I've just been talking to a camera and pretending like I'm the only one in the room. I have an audience live watching me. What the hell am I doing? I'm ignoring them. And once I started having an interactive conversation with my audience, it became so much better. This social experience of having meaningful conversations, seeing their live reactions to things I'm doing on stream. And so I realized I don't have to be
A live reaction. So something like this. Oh yeah, King be cruel. King be bitch. How about I buy you a spoon and you give me your mailing address so you can eat it? Eat it. Give me your mailing address. I'm gonna give you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass.
Yep.
You gonna tell me I can't say a fucking fact because I'm Dark Side Phil? Well, shut the fuck up and eat it.
Yeah, I'm just imagining Phil during the Cro-Magnon times, and he's like, "Now, guys, I do have fire. You need to watch my stream to make sure that you get the fire for the cave." Snort.
Oh my god, imagine we should do that. We should do Phil in different eras. Like imagine
Absolutely.
him during like the cowboy era. Now guys, I'm gonna be doing a hanging, okay? But you need to come down to my personal area so you can see me hang people, okay? You get it? And
You
then he
get
goes
it.
ahead and he's like, guys, I know what you're thinking. I already have the noose on him, but I just can't do it, guys. I need to hit the goals. We gotta hit $5 so then you can go ahead and you can see him hang. Okay, and if we hit the $10 goals, okay, I'll put a hat on him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then for $15, guys, Snort, I'll bury the body. You get it?
Okay. We'll call it Back to the Felcher, as in Back to the Future, but Felcher. Back to the Felcher.
Fuck.
character anymore. I could just be me. I could just talk with these people and be honest about my feelings about games or whatever. And again, yes, every once in a while there's an exaggeration. Absolutely.
Once in
But
a while.
that's part of the fun of it all.
Wait a
We're
minute.
not all just here
Once in a while. That's bullshit. First of all, we've already said a bunch of things that he's already said or whatever, and especially the part where he's pretending to be a one of those people.
A chill content creator.
Yeah, a chill content creator. But more importantly, like Phil, I was on a live stream of yours once, and I witnessed you comment that someone asked if you would be playing video games until you were 90. To which you replied, "Well, I wouldn't be living to be 90 because I'd be dead by then." And then you rattled off a whole bunch of fucking health issues.
Mhm. Oh fuck. Damn.
Mr. Serious.
I think I lost Evan. Oh
like,
my god.
I wish you could know your
Mm-hmm. I think I might have lost you, so I don't
I think
know,
I did too. I
but
think
we'll see in post.
I think we crossed the streams a little bit. I don't know what happened there, but anyway.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. If it's in there, great. If not, we'll have to think of something. But pretty much, I agree with you. Like he always, it's always something with Phil. It's always you have to pity him because of his health, because of Cat's health, because of his living situation, because of the trolls. It's always you got to pity him, and he does it all the fucking time. And like you said, I'm not gonna make it to 90, guys. Phil, you live at you work from home, you live at home, and he recently was bragging about how they got a den and they put some chairs in their den so they can just sit and relax. Phil, make that into put the gym in the fucking garage, you moron. And now he's like, look at me, guys, I'm fucking fit, I'm buff. No, you're not, Phil. Shut the fuck up.
This all day. How boring would that be? But at the same time, yeah, today I would say I'm a lot more laid back of a person, and I'm a lot more honest and transparent with my audience with the discussions we have. Although every once in a while, yes, there's obviously everyone wants to every once in a while ham it up and be a cartoon character, joke a little bit to get a little laugh or a little rise. But for the most part, I say what you see today in my content is more authentic than it used to be.
So
do you-
so Dark Side Phil is your hamming it up, and right now you're just Phil.
Yes and no. Again, I mean,
Yes and no.
He wants to live in the gray. Everyone else, it's rules for thee, not for me. You guys have to be black and white and be very open and honest, or you're a liar. Phil can fucking jump between the two and live in the middle. Only Phil can. Fuck you.
Jesus.
And Chatham is already like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
What?
it's cool to be able
Well,
to
what is it? Like,
Well,
you know, like
Get him,
like
Craig.
what
Cook him,
does
Craig.
it when you say there are times that I'm over the top. Give me an example of what that means. What does it mean when you say, well, I'm over the top, and why?
And I just want to point out, every time that Phil gets uncomfortable, look at the sway. Look at the sway of the chair.
Would you, if the internet has changed, right? There was a point. You are correct in saying that back in the early 2000s, into the, when you kind of rose to prominence, there was, you took your personality and you put in a little, it would exponentially make it a little more over the top. But the internet has changed to authenticity. People want to get to know, and I don't disagree with you there. But when you mix up, and it's almost like you're sending mixed signals to your audience.
Yes.
And most people, they
Not wrong.
haven't watched you for 15
wrong at
years.
all.
The idea of saying like, hey, I've been on the internet for 15 years. You should know how I act. But the reality is that most people see you through clips, through Twitter or YouTube, and they don't know you. So regardless of how long you've been on the internet, I mean, I've been doing this forever, and the vast majority of people watching right now have no idea who I am. So you treat every viewer like a potential new viewer. So
And that is the best. Shout out to Stuttering Craig of Sidescrollers. That is the best advice anyone could have given Phil. And
Yeah.
what is Phil? Look at him right now. Even right now, as he's swaying, he looks like a smug fucking prick. DSP looks like he's about to knock on my door right now and try to sell me volcano insurance. Fuck off, Phil.
kind of walk me through
Yeah, the volcano hasn't hit you yet. It did.
that, because I do think that's kind of, like, provide me with an example of what DSP is versus Phil.
Sure. Right now I'm playing a game. It's called Wolong Fallen Dynasty. All right. It's one of these games made by Team Ninja, not FromSoft, but it's very much meant to be like a From Software style game, like Dark Souls or Bloodborne or Elden Ring. It's ultra challenging. Things are going to kill you with 1 to 2 hits, right? In my opinion, this is my opinion, it's not very good. A lot of people disagree with me. They love this game. Okay. I don't like it. I think that it's a cheap knockoff. I feel like it's very wonky. It's not polished. I will say those things in my content. But in the heat of the moment, if I'm running through a stage and I get, instant kill, cheap death, I freak out. Oh, you son of a bitch, this game sucks ass. It's the worst game ever. The game devs don't know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. That's the dark side Phil, over the top persona kind of coming through. I could just sit here and say nothing and be like, that sucked that I died. People don't really tune in for that. In fact, the reason people are watching me play that game is because they want to see that over the top reaction.
Nope.
So I'll ham it up every once in a while.
That's
Not true. Not true at all.
That's not true at all.
He fucking sucked at that game, and he was begging people for money, saying, guys, if you want me to play this game, we have to hit the goal. If not, I got to take it out of the rotation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the BBL Philly way of things, or way that things go. Like,
Yep.
that's it. Like, he was sucking at the game, because Phil sucks at all games for the most part. Like, I would say 85% of the games that Phil plays, he sucks at. And he just doesn't read. He doesn't learn how to play the game. He's just a cuck.
I don't hate the game. I don't hate the game devs. Of course I don't. They tried to make a good game. I think it's decent. I don't think it's great.
He just said there's all these bugs, there's all these issues. Now the game is decent. Stop speaking out of both sides of your mouth, Phil. You said the game was fucking the game fucking sucked. It was garbage. It was all these different things. Again, this is what gets Phil in trouble, talking out of both sides of his mouth. Dumbass.
But you'll go over the top every once in a while. Now, just like
But is that just something that Phil would do also?
Right.
Well, Phil would
great
do that,
question.
but Phil wouldn't be like, for example, okay, the game killed me. It's a cheap death. Do you really think that I'm that upset about it? It's
Yes.
a game. It's a big
Yes.
deal.
I like how we
Everyone
both
gets
said
triggered by
that.
games. I mean,
I get triggered.
Wait, go back.
I like how we both were like, yes.
Absolutely. 100%. No
Alright,
question.
Yeah.
but
you
is
say.
that just something that Phil would do also?
Right.
Well, Phil would do that, but Phil wouldn't be like, for example, okay, the game killed me. It's a cheap death. Do you really think that I'm that upset about it? It's a game. It's a big deal. Oh,
Everyone
killed
gets
me.
triggered by games. I mean,
I get triggered. Exactly.
This is true. This is true. I remember in middle school playing Call of Duty and in high school playing it and going, you motherfuckers, like slamming my hand down, getting pissed.
Oh, I've had crash outs with Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Hades was the worst boss in the history of gaming. I will stand by it with both my feet and my chest out. And then even like Mario and Luigi Partners in Time with that fucking caterpillar. Oh my god, those are the two of the most upsetting like moments that I've had playing video games. It was
Like
just bananas.
you just sound like a fucking loser, Evan. That's what you sound
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
Phil,
You can't
watch
now. You
watch
can't
me,
beat Hades. Now, why can't you just do it a little harder? Snort.
Evan. You just gotta cross your arms like Phil and say, "I don't fucking care." Did it,
Just jump on that
And
caterpillar just a little
I
harder.
fucking loser.
Yeah.
allow that to flow freely. A lot of people put a filter over what they say and do
No.
when they put out their content. Why? Because they're trying to be marketable, right? They're trying to say, I want that sponsor. I want that opportunity. I have never filtered myself on the internet. That's why a lot of people don't like me, because they don't want truthful reactions. They want Mr. Marketable, Mr. Smiley.
I, as the viewer, what do I get if you're marketable? Why would I care? Why does Jade or anyone in the chat care if Phil is fucking marketable? Why do they
True.
care about you making money, Phil? No one gives a flying fuck. And to the companies that look for content creator,
Yeah.
Phil, they're not going to you, buddy. They're gonna go to the ninjas of the world, the Dr. Disrespects, or maybe not Dr. Disrespect now, but the guys that rake in all of these viewers. You get 200 people on a fucking stream, and at the time that this was getting recorded, you were getting 400. They're not gonna give you a game and be like, "Hey, have at it." No fucking way, Phil. And if you think at any point that they're gonna go and say, "Guys, I hate to be this guy, but we went bankrupt." Oh, how did we go bankrupt? We did give Darkside Phil a free copy. Those 500 people, they would have given us the money. No, they're gonna give it to fucking even Hassan Piker. Fuck it, give it to him. He
Yeah.
plays on his PC for 2 streams with the fucking amount of people that are gonna watch it compared to Phil. Come on.
Yeah.
And when I say things like, oh, this game I really don't like because this is unfair, do you think that game company's happy about it? Of course not. But
But Phil, hold on. Like, do you think that do you think that those game companies are like looking to establish a relationship with like they're not. I mean, the reality is that these companies are looking for streamers who stream to 5,000, 10,000 people,
Correct.
as opposed to a couple hundred. And
That's right.
like
Get him, Craig.
Got
Get him.
him. Got him.
whether it's you saying or DSP saying it, I think that if people were watching to see those over the top reactions, I think they were watching for that a decade ago, and I really mean that, right? So look, I had a character named Evil Craig, right? And Evil Craig was meant to be the essence of just the internet troll, right? I did it for 10 episodes, 12 episodes, whatever it may be, and I stopped doing it because I realized that I was growing an audience of people that were negative and trolls, right? And it was funny, and it was so silly. But by you starting with the idea of saying like, look, I'm going to overreact big, I think there's two prongs to this question. Number one, if people were really watching to see your over the top reactions, don't you think they'd be making clips of that instead of other clips that they were making, and those would be going viral? And number two, if you're really not enjoying the game, why play it? Why play it?
Because if he hits the support goals, he thinks I have to keep doing this for the money. That's it. And sometimes there are some of the dents who really hate Phil and they want him to play the games that he hates the most, so they help him hit the goal, which I detest that. Do not give this cuck any money. Okay? Do not. Let him suffer.
Yeah.
In the first place?
Suffer.
That's a great question. That's something that's actually been.
But start with number one though. Start with number one. Like, why if people were watching to see your over the top angry reactions, don't you think they'd be clipping those as opposed to clipping other things?
In truth, yes. I don't know what they clip because I have so much stuff on the internet about me that I don't really watch a lot of it. I hear it secondhand from my viewers or in a chat or whatever. No, I understand what you're saying totally. Case in point with Wolong, there's totally some people who are turned off by this playthrough, and they're like, I don't want to watch Phil play it because he's going to get angry and he's going to turn into this rage ball that we don't like watching. We like seeing the real Phil. At the
And you just said it was you, but you're hamming it up. Now you're saying they don't want to watch you rage out. What is it, Phil? What is it? Oh my God.
same time, there are people who I've told my audience, I don't like this game. I would like to move on. This kind of does meld into the second half of your question as well. I've been very transparent with my audience about this game. So I don't like it. I feel like if I'm going to play a FromSoft game, why don't we just do a second run of Elden Ring, a new game plus?
That's not what he did. When his audience, what he'll do instead is he's very transparent about the fact that he needs to hit the tip goal. That's what he's transparent about. Nothing else. And if he doesn't hit it, game's gone. Doesn't matter if you liked it. It's gone. It doesn't matter if Phil... Well, actually, it does matter if Phil likes it, because if Phil actually enjoys the game, he'll keep it in the rotation. If not, he won't fucking play it.
Right.
Run. And a lot of people are down for that. And others are like, no, Phil, we like seeing you rage. This has been a part of your shtick for 15 years. This is a lot of the reason why we tune in. I'm seeing more attendance on my Wolong streams, and I'm getting more, honestly, more support on my Wolong streams.
You're not getting
because
more
they
support.
want to see that rage come out of me, as opposed to me playing a bunch of games where I'm more laid back and relaxed and chill.
Yeah, now this is from 2023, of course, but the fact remains you've been getting less and less support every year, and you're probably at the lowest support you've ever been in 2026.
Yeah, and it only gets worse. Like, his viewership goes down every single year.
Yeah.
And there's gonna come a point where it's gonna hit critical levels, and we're gonna see Phil with all the streams, with Kick, with YouTube, and he's not gonna be able to hit certain numbers. I'm waiting for the day where he doesn't hit 50,000 views in a month. I'm waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch of those in my rotation. That's my core fan base will show up for that and support it. But you will always get a different group of people. That really, I feel, is one of the reasons why I'm still here 15 years later. I have different audiences. I have one audience that'll come and watch me be the real Phil. The relaxed Phil. I just sit back, I'm chilling, I'm playing a game. I'm not going to rage. The game's, nothing really too challenging, right? I'm playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion right now. That's exactly what that playthrough is. It's relaxing, right? But then when I play Wolong, now it's time for that old Dark Side Phil to come back out, and now a whole new audience shows up. It's funny because you'll watch one of my streams, you'll say, well, Phil gets around 200 to 400 viewers a stream, okay? But in reality, when you look at my metrics on YouTube or my analytics, actually, those are like thousands of different people. One stream gets 200 viewers, the next stream gets 300. Those are 500 different people because people are coming for different kinds of content.
Oh, no. I mean, oh my God. I feel so fucking stupid. That's not like what he's asking. That's not what he's asking.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Phil,
Like,
why are you such an amazing streamer, and where do you get all those amazing views from? How do you garner such a wonderful audience? You brilliant genius, you. It's like, what?
yeah. And we're going to finish up with this point, and then we're going to wrap up the video, and then
Thank
for part
God.
one. But yeah, and we're going to have to take note of the timestamp. But Phil's such a... just answer the fucking question, Phil. Keep it short and sweet.
When you've been around as long as me, you realize you get people from all over the world and for different reasons.
No.
If I were to
But are they sticking?
Good
Are
question.
they staying though? Because if you have 500 people come in and they're just kind of coming out, that's actually bad for the algorithm. That's bad.
Yes.
You want people to stay and subscribe.
Yes.
And you have these new people coming in because they want to see a new game, not necessarily because they want to see you, right? They're
The way
interested in
that
the
he's
game, not
nodding his
necessarily you. If you're
head.
playing a game that's topical or new or something.
Yeah,
along those
yeah,
lines.
I love it. I love
Well-
the fact that he's like as soon as he starts like pushing him, he's now in the cuck chair. He's just like, okay, well, yeah, okay, all right, good point.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
We're
yeah,
gonna
good
we're
point.
gonna wrap it up here, but Craig totally fucking felt Phil, and Phil just he's panicking right. He
God.
thought this was gonna be a softball. That he thought that they were gonna ask him, "Hey Phil, how does it feel to get 4th place in Evo?" Well, Craig, it was the fucking Japanese. If it wasn't for them, I would have been 1st place. Yeah, I'll tell you that right now. But I was the 1st place in America technically because I was the highest ranked American. But the fucking Japanese got me, Craig, and you know it. They're good at Street Fighter. Yeah. That's what he was hoping for. Because Phil is just nothing but a narcissistic cunt bag.
Mm-hmm. Little. Oh, God. Can't have that on the show.
You're welcome.
I gotta edit that out. God damn it. All right. Well, at least we know it's toward the end.
Okay, it's for when you edit it out. I'll say this so everyone knows. Evan edited out me saying something that rhymes with punt, and bag. That's what
Alright.
I called Phil. So
Sure.
yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's the first part. We're gonna have many more parts of this to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, BBL Philly, an idiot as always, as we know. But until next time, everyone, we'll keep reacting to this. Be sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications. Leave a comment down below. And until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the next video. Peace. Oh.